from the hood, champion boxing and sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. The women, the women in boxing are really keeping us excited. The only woman we really talked about in recent years is Clarrisa Shields. Before that, Christy Martin had our attention, Layla Ali because of her last name. She could also fight. And also, man, I forgot her name, man. I guess I can look it up while I talk to you, right? One of the best women knockouts I think we've ever seen, man. I don't know, man. She was training. Her name was Ann Wolf. See that? Just had to think a little bit. Ann Wolf. So those are the names that when you think of women's boxing that come to mind. But Clarrisa Shields, for some reason, it's like, what more does she have to do to get respect? You know, she's a great boxer. Look at her amateur pedigree. You know, 2 gold medals. She dominates everyone that you put in front of her. She even went over to MMA. You know, a sport that she just recently got into, and she did pretty well. None of those girls over there wanted to go toe-to-toe with her with just hands, period. So she's going out there, she's challenging herself, and she's proven that she's a tough individual. Not just a woman, she's just a tough human being. And one of the best fighters, and I say fighters, I'm not just talking about women, I'm talking about just as a fighter in the world. But now you got Savannah Marshall. She had a really, really good knockout against Femke Hermans. But the thing is this, right? And Clarrisa Shields said it the best. She's not Hannah Rankin. She's not Femke Hermans. She's not. And now when I was watching Savannah Marshall box yesterday in her little kind of herky-jerky style, and I see that Tyson Fury's uncle's training her, the way she was kind of jogging towards her opponent after she got her hurt a little bit, she reminded me of Tyson Fury. I'm not saying she's that intelligent in the ring. I'm just talking about just her movement and the way she was plodding around the ring. And I'm going to tell you this, she may have power. I just don't think she's going to have the opportunity to get those shots off on Clarrisa Shields. Clarrisa Shields can move every second of the 2-minute round for all rounds. If they do 8, 10, 12 rounds, whatever they're going to do, she can do that and outbox her. And I just think it's going to be by the 6th round that you're going to see Clarrisa Shields win by TKO. But it's just frustrating that she can't get the respect she deserves. She can't get the money she deserves. Now she's getting ready with the resume she has and all the accolades. You know, before becoming a professional, as a professional, she's getting ready to go over around June or July. They're trying to work everything out now to go and fight Savannah Marshall. And I get it. She may have to travel to go and fight, but it's unfortunate that she can't bring the big fights here to the States because she just won't get paid the money she deserves. And she's an attraction, but to this day, Deontay Wilder, she still doesn't get the support that she needs from the boxing community and just from her country. That's sickening, man. 2 gold medals, female. She's fighting in boxing. She's fighting in MMA. I mean, I'm not sure what the problem is, but she deserves more respect. So when she goes out here they appreciate her in Europe, I'll tell you that. But you know, the thing is, baseball's big in America. Football's big in America. Basketball's big in America. But when it comes to women's sports, unless it's like a tennis, I mean, outside of tennis, what women are really known in America for being a professional athlete? Look, you got a couple in the WNBA, but still people really don't know them. They still don't get paid what they deserve. But you go to these other countries, no matter what sport it is, male or female, they support them. They know them. You see them in commercials. They're all over, you know, and it's just really, really pleasing to see that. But it just doesn't happen here in the States, man. And to see that, she should be a gazillionaire, in my opinion. She should. She has swagger. She's ambitious. She's becoming more and more articulate. She's intelligent. She's pushes the envelope, and she embodies everything that you want a role model to embody. She can go out there and talk to kids, man. She's had ups and downs in her life. There's been a lot more ups. She's found ways to win. She's made bad situations into positive situations. You know, she's a great influence to young and old, but for some reason people don't get behind her. So here it is, she's gonna go out here to Europe, fight Savannah Marshall, probably beat Savannah Marshall in easy fashion, and come out that fight with what? Just another victory. But she still won't have the support she deserves, she still won't have the respect she deserves, she still won't get paid what she's supposed to get paid. Now look at Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano. She getting paid real dope because of Jake Paul. Because she has someone come behind her and believe her and willing to put up money. And because of the influence he has, him being a social media influence and just the money behind him, he's bringing her along. But there's no one there who's trying to bring Clarrisa Shields along. And she really shouldn't need that. But she's just kind of out there on her own, man. And it's frustrating to watch that. So frustrating. And, you know, I just think she's going to be one of those stories that, yeah, she'll go down in the Hall of Fame and all that, but she's not going to be able to retire with the type of money she really deserves. There should be movies about her. You know, she should have a cartoon. She should have everything. She should have everything, man. Everything. Anything they give these entertainers, from music, from acting, and even the athletes, she deserves that more. She does, man. And I'm talking about just based off what she has accomplished and is still accomplishing and what she's doing. She deserves that and much more. And it's just frustrating to see, but when it comes to women boxing right now, I just don't see anybody touching Clarrisa Shields, man. I just don't see it. And she's frustrated as well, man. She is. But I think she should just stick to boxing, because when you go into these other sports and you lose, she didn't lose in a stand-up fight. She lost on the ground because those girls can wrestle and grapple, and that's where she lost. But still, when you take a loss like that, it can kind of hurt your image, man. And I think that it's something she needs to be careful of going forward, man. You know, what she brings to the table, her marketability. And now when she goes forward, it'd be like, well, she did take a loss in MMA. Had she never gone there, it would only be talking about undefeated. But to be great, you have to take risks. And a chance to make champions, and the greater the risk, greater the reward. So you gotta respect her for doing that. But that being said, when it comes to her, I mean, it's just, I mean, who's training her now? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with her? She just kind of seems to be in the breeze, man. But she deserves so much more. She had boxing promoter like Ben Shalom and these other boxing promoters out there in Europe. If she had these guys out here putting the big money behind her, man, like she fought the girl who's from Germany. The girl from Germany was she modeled lingerie. She did a lot of other modeling outside of that. She probably made more money from modeling than she did from boxing. What's Clarrisa Shields getting? She can do other things. I'm not saying she may not be comfortable going out there and being in lingerie showing off her body, but she should have never had to get on that sports cover, in front of that sports cover issue, being butt naked. She didn't have to do that. Why the fuck did she have to go out here, or any woman go out here and be naked to get in a magazine like that? It's just like the Olympics. You look at all the sports, the women volleyball and all that, you know, and what they have to wear to go play. I mean, what's the benefit of being in basically a damn thong and a bra opposed to being in shorts and a t-shirt? I mean, what's the benefit of being in a panty and bra basically to play a sport? I mean, what's the game? You know, so I think the women definitely deserve more respect when it comes to pay, when it comes to everything. And Clarrisa Shields is taking a stand for that. That's cool, but her going out here to fight, I think she wins. She wins that fight pretty easy. Still got to respect what her opponent going to bring to the table with power. Obviously, she has power. But I just think Clarrisa Shields she deserves a lot more respect, and for people to better treatment financially, as far as marketing, as far as sponsorship. She deserves so much more than what she's been given. And I just want to make a video about that. So if I get closer, I'll be tracking this and I'll be posting more videos. But it's crazy, man. But you got to respect Marshall, who's held the WBO female middleweight title since 2020. And like Marshall says, there's no one else in the way between her and Shields. So that means the fight's going to happen. So it's her and Clarrisa in the summer if they can, come to an agreement. So 100% she knows that Clarrisa, she can't handle her power. And she's supposed to feel like that. I think a lot of people feel differently because they know what Shields brings to the table. But nevertheless, that's it. It's going to be a good night in Great Britain versus America. When these two get together, it's always a good rivalry. But I think Shields wins. But hopefully after that, not just getting the W, she's going to win a lot more when it comes to how she's received for being sponsored, for being respected, for pay, and for everything else that should have came her way a long time ago, especially coming out of the Olympics, a 2-time gold medalist. With that being said, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Shout out to all the veterans. Y'all keep safe. And as always, I'm in the breeze.